We are 10 minutes from Foinikounta and we've arrived almost at Methoni. Look at this place, the colour of the sea and the castle on the end. Just amazing. I'm really looking forward to exploring this place. Just fabulous. Welcome to Foinikounta. This is about 15 minutes or 10 or 12 kilometres from Koroni, and there's only one reason for stopping here, apart from the fact it's a beautiful little fishing village with loads of character, nice little harbour and so on. It has this fantastic beach, and that's why you come here. You come here for a night or two for the beach, on an exploration of the Peloponnese. And not only do you have this beach here, but if you go round the headland over here, there's another fantastic beach that goes even further round, but is more isolated. You can see the season hasn't begun here, very little open, but it's beautiful. And the thing with Foinikounta is that it's not old. There's no castle here, there's no Acropolis here. The place didn't exist till about 1840. And in 1840, some Cretians who were being persecuted in Crete came here and settled, along with a few Arcadians. And they created a place which was traditionally known as Taverna, because there was a taverna here, and people used to say, let's go to Taverna, Taverna. And then in 1930, they renamed the place. And my understanding from my wife is the phoenix in Greece is the palm tree. And you can see here, there are some palm trees, and they named it basically Palm Tree Place, or something like that. Palm Tree Village or Palm Tree Town, Foinikounta. And you can see it's a very traditional fishing village with, as we can see, a lovely natural harbour and a fantastic beach. And this is about as rural as you'll get in Peloponnese. I would highly recommend it. If you're in a car, if you're looking for beaches, if you're exploring, if you're trying to avoid the hustle and bustle in July and August of foreign tourists, this is the place to come. There's not a lot else to say about it. It's got some lovely restaurants, it's got some nice tavernas, but it isn't open yet. It will open in June, I guess. There's a place over here which is advertising some ouzo and fish. So many little seaside towns in southern Greece. You have a little road running along the seafront with bars and restaurants not yet open. This is very much a place that will be open in June, July and August. Have to be a little bit careful because although this looks pedestrianised, it's not. We do have a few tourists around, people cycling. There are lots of nice cycle tours and hiking tours around here. Very well known for it. This time of year will be fine. In August it will be incredibly hot. You can see very, very nice. A fantastic spot on the southern coast of Peloponnese with a rugged coastline and a tourist economy that runs for like 2 weeks a year. It's absolutely beautiful. Very famous for the colour of the sea, which I hope is coming out in this video. Here we have our first look at Methoni. It's only about 10 minutes drive from Foinikounta. It's a bit windy, I hope you can hear me, but look at this place. Just amazing, with this amazing castle on the end here. Methoni. Absolutely worth a stop. And I haven't even got there then yet. Look at the colour. Here we are now in Methoni. And I have to say it's a very nice, sweet little place. You can see a lovely square with tavernas, little play park, and here we have this amazing natural harbour. Quite a large place actually. It's very quiet at the moment, but there are loads of rooms to rent, a couple of hotels, and it's a perfect staging post for either the southwest of the Peloponnese or up the west coast towards Kyprisia and Pylos. These places are all really close together. It's very easy. Here we have this beautiful square with a few tavernas around it, and then right round this way, past the play park, we have this gorgeous natural harbour and beach, and it's just fabulous. And then as we span around here, we can see really the gem of it all, this castle. And the history of this castle, we're going to go up there in a minute. The history of this castle is very similar to Methoni Castle in a way, in that it was Venetian. It was built because it was on the trading routes, and they needed to stop the pirates who were plundering the Venetian economy at the time. So they captured this area of the Peloponnese and built these castles. And I'm rather excited about this castle. You can see it used to have a moat. I think there were 14, I haven't counted them, but I read there were 14 arches through into the main gate. And although this is obviously considerably bigger and more impressive than Koroni Castle, in Venetian times, 13th, 14th, 15th century, it played very much second fiddle to Coroni. Coroni was the main bastion of the Venetian occupation of the Peloponnese, and Methoni was effectively a second place. But the history is very, very similar in that the Venetians came here in about 1206, 1207 to stop the pirate raids of their trade routes. You have to pay actually to get in here. It's the first castle today I've been in where you have to pay. Coroni itself was free. And look at these storerooms. Coroni itself was free, but this, as I said, is a significantly larger castle. It was €3, so it's not going to break the bank. €3 for an adult, and I think €2 for a child. But it's a big old place. It reminds me a little bit of the Aqua Corinth in terms of its scale. Clearly, you could have a lot here. The remnants of an old mosque, which would make a lot of sense. Because, as I said, this was an Ottoman castle, really. Although the Venetians built it originally, it was nothing like this when the Venetians were here. It was the Ottomans who really built this place in the 15th, 16th century and then defended it. It certainly looks like an old mosque. It has the appearance and shape of one, although it's clearly been abandoned for an awfully long time. I'll have a quick look inside. Yeah, I would think it was a mosque. It definitely looks like that. I think it's seen some fire damage. Looks... I mean, there's evidence of old frescoes on the walls. So many of these Ottoman castles, you have these impressive and extensive ramparts, this curtain wall that runs all the way around. Evidence here of houses and buildings which must have once existed. I'm not sure what this would have been here, whether it was a chimney, some sort of religious building. There's another gate down there. Constructions faced, as is so often with nice bricks as well. Nice stones. Another mosque. I think there were mosques. There might have been storehouses, but you'd expect there to be mosques here in an Ottoman castle. Probably more than one, but it could be a storehouse as well. It doesn't necessarily have the appearance of a mosque, but I'm undecided anyway. I mean, I'm sure some of you will know what they are. You can see down this end there's considerable preservation and I suspect some restoration as well. And there's good reason for that, as we'll see in a minute. This tower here has been restored. You can see the restoration actually in the roof on the left. But it was almost ceremonial in that it overlooks the main square. That was its purpose virtually. Despite being defensive, it was for the commander or whoever happened to be the dignitary here to overlook the square, if you like, take parades and so on. So let's look at the tower. You get a view of just how large this castle is. I mean, they would have had a significant garrison with the tower beyond, and then this natural harbour here. The colour of the water, the beach promenade is just beautiful. I hope this comes out on camera. This is what everyone comes to see. I was expecting to be able to walk out there. You can go down there and walk. This rock, and it's this rock that it's believed Methoni gets its name from. This rock was called Methoni, I think, or something like that. And obviously they built a tower on it. And this tower is Venetian. This was one of the original parts of the castle. But the rock is where Methoni gets its name from. Fabulous views from this castle. I just have to pause and look at the colour of the sea again with this castle and the rock of Methoni here. Just magnificent. So if you're lucky enough to come here, as I am, this gate through to the promontory and the tower at the end isn't visible until you get right down here. I thought we were going to walk through the top there until I got round the corner. So don't be surprised if you suddenly see this. It's fabulous. So look at this little drawbridge here. Built for assurance for me. Oh my God, this is why you come to Methoni. I mean, there are various reasons you come to Methoni. Don't get me wrong. Health and safety may not be one of them. And now it's a bit windy again, as it always happens. But, wow, look at this. This is why you come here. This place. I mean, forget everything else. You could come to Coroni, you could go to Athens. Even if you just come here, it's worth it. Look at this. Fabulous. Just amazing. It's almost like a lighthouse. I wonder if they used it as something. Who knows? Early 13th century. Look at this. Just beautiful. Okay, so this tower here was built by the Venetians, as I thought, and it was a lighthouse, it was a prison, and it was a fortress, and it was a guardhouse. And some stairs. It doesn't say you can't go up them, so I'm going to. Let's see what views we get up here. This was apparently a prison, a lighthouse, and also, at one time, a guardhouse. You can see, wow, yeah. You can see inside these post holes. There used to be wooden floors or walkways. I think you could see all the way to the top. But there used to be gantries that would go around here with staircases to allow you to go up. Now, long gone. Although you can see some evidence of wood here. Now, this central tower was built late 14th, early 15th century. So that wood must be 500 years old. And cannon emplacements, storerooms, just amazing. This is very medieval, quite modern in terms of Greek history. But wow, look at this place. Imagine it when they had gantries running round the water, at least 3 floors above us. And the ceiling, clearly you could look out the ceiling as well. You had cannon up there. It was a lookout, it was a fortress, it was a prison. I wouldn't want to be imprisoned in here. Wow, just amazing. Please, they let you in here. I'm surprised they let you in here. Most of them. Main castle. You can see some of this has been reconstructed. It probably had to be. I would imagine some of the storms here probably reconstructed a few times. Southwest. I love these old Byzantine castles. They're really impressive. And the thing is, you know, you look at one of these, wow, there are literally 30, 40, 50 of this scale around the Peloponnese, which demonstrates the history that existed here in the past. So I hope you've enjoyed my little look at the southwestern tip of the Peloponnese, Koroni, Foinikounta and Methoni. I hope you agree it's worth coming down. If you have a chance, if you're in a car, you must come down here. It's fabulous. I'm now going to go up the west coast a little bit and I'll do another video on that to show you what is on offer there. But please, if you have a chance, come down here, enjoy Methoni, Koroni in particular. They have fabulous castles. If you like this sort of thing, I'd highly recommend it. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate subscribers. It's incredibly difficult to get subscribers. Very easy to get views. I'd love subscribers, please. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed and watched some of my other videos, and I hope you'll see me soon. Thank you.